morning. Let's see. Make sure we're running fine. Check. Check. Okay. Good morning. Welcome to Coffee and Resales. My name's Ryan. I get stuff from yard sales, garage sales, thrift stores, and various other places. Try to make a few extra bucks online. Pretty productive weekend. Did yard work, which I don't like doing, but it got done. It needed to be done. Hit some yard sales. Found some stuff. Nothing. I don't think anything that was hugely blow the door open awesome. Hit some thrift stores this weekend too. Again, Bredner. Nothing huge, but some fun finds I'll probably pull out and talk about. And then over this weekend, what we'll jump into here in a second, I had 7 sales. 6 were book sales, all of which I think have been listed for less than 2 weeks, which means a couple things. One, book sales. I think books aren't necessarily like a lot of other stuff, except maybe really high demand things. If you have a book that sells in under a month, you probably had a good find. Toys and sometimes clothing. Clothing can be that slow sometimes. Toy market goes way faster. High-end card market goes way faster than that. And some of those issues, if you've got some things sitting that long, it's a while. But I would say a book that sells actually in less than 90 days is probably a good find. A book that sells in less than a month, you probably price if it sells in like a day or two, you probably priced it too low. If it sells in a week, you probably hit it absolutely perfect, and with a demand and price combination there. So something to think about along those lines. And let's jump into it. Let's see. And some good sales on a couple books here too. So first thing, not a book, women's Nike tank dress, $10. Should I have picked it up? Probably not. It was last chance. I think I'll still make $1 or $2 on it. So yeah, there's that. All right, books. All right, we're gonna start there. Several religious books, several as in 2, and this one, Gustavo Gutierrez on Job. This went for $10. This falls into, if you see a book without a barcode about a specific book of the Bible, look it up. And you may have found something there. This one is only $10. Are there more expensive books on Job? Probably. But this was a find less than a month old, if not a couple 3 weeks. All right, next. This one was a real fast turnaround, as in last week. See No Evil movie paperback. From 1982. This went for $10. Movie tie-in paperbacks are worth looking up. I would say about a quarter of them, maybe less, are good finds to flip if you get them for $1 or $1 or less. Because there's a lot of them with limited print runs. And so and this is even if it's not a first edition. If it's a book edition that came along later, that was the movie adaptation edition, don't sleep on it. They're a little less common that there were something, but occasionally you do find one because it's a rare printing. because it's only a print run that happened that may have happened once. So that's why this one was that I think came out at the same time as the movie. That's the movie tie-in book, and that went for $10. And people collect them. There's a not small number of people that are after movie tie-ins. So, and sometimes it's a Facebook Marketplace thing. I roll them on because they're only like a $3 or $4 book, and they lump together. So it's one of those. If I see a movie tie-in book, 50 cents a piece or less, I just go ahead and grab it. If it's a buck or more, I look it up because it's not quite worth stashing away. If it's not a fast seller. All right. Uh, on the other side of that, Bang Gabbled On, Outlander, first edition paperback. This is before the TV show. Again, this is sort of in that same vein. If you've got something that came a pretty popular TV hit like Outlander, I never watched Outlander, but I knew enough to like, I need to grab and take a look at that. This went for $15. Books that come before, particularly the modern TV series, if the book wasn't like huge, then, which I don't think that was, and then somebody took and made a series out of it, the first edition start to become a little more valuable. So that's probably, I think the Outlander, like if you find this set or several of the books for inexpensive, they do okay. But that one was a fun find because that one was predated the series. There's not even like a blurb of like a series coming up or anything like that. So that was what 1992. That's how, but that's oldish for that. All right, next. Okay, interesting. This is an interesting one. If you're into homeschooling, you may know who this guy is. Used to, everybody knew who he was in homeschooling. Different kind of teacher, Dante Orgato. He wrote a couple of books. This is one of them. I think that his seminal work, which is funny because the dude's like an ultra lib or like super libertarian, something like that, and like really didn't like. He intended to change the school system, particularly in New York, I believe, and then like homeschoolers like really latched onto his stuff. I've actually read most of his book, and they really latched onto the stuff that like everything wrong with the New York school system, basically, is what it was, and modern teaching stuff, and it really kind of drove a lot of the early 2000s homeschool movement. Even among Christians, he wasn't a Christian. Even among Christians, his book was pretty popular because it really this is stuff we want to talk about. So, but that book, that was a fast sale. I got it Thursday. It sold for $13, really fast. So that was a good find. I knew the minimum I needed to look it up and see where it came out of. Okay. Last two are my real good sales. This one, On Earth as It Is in Heaven, Theopolis Fundamentals by P.O. Leiter. This is modern Christian Reconstruction, theonomy type topic that's kind of popular in certain circles. That went for $25. That was one of those books that was like everybody else had. There were several out there from like $30 to $50 that hadn't sold in 90 days. So I undercut all those and put it up for $25, and it sold less than 2 weeks. I think I put it up either early last week or week before, and it moved pretty quick. Finally, fastest sale. And that's what this one was. This is a neat find. Let's see. What's the time? Another $25 sale. Serial Killer World Tour Exhibition Guide. This is like the book you got when you went to this museum in Atlanta. $25 on this. I don't know how much it is in the store, but this was $29. So this is like $29 at the store. So this type, that's the type of thing that really holds its value. That's also the type of book that I don't know if that exhibit is still there. But if it is, if it's not, that's why that may be up in price because that book's probably not getting printed anymore. And it may never again if it was made for a specific exhibit at a specific museum type thing. So that's my sales this week. Finds this week. Let's see. Couple worth noting. Here we go. Shelf Silverstein, Light in the Attic. Sometimes these books, depending on how old they are, sell okay in like the $10 to $15 range by themselves. They do lot up pretty well. So I always grab a Shelf Silverstein if I can grab it. And you'll have to excuse me. I'm going to have to log off because that's important.